a minute. I haven't done a live video in a long time. I'm a little afraid to look. And I just want to thank everybody for still try it again, for still staying subscribed. It's been just too long and I am happy to be back. So my plan is to just check in randomly. It is so hard for me to schedule things and just keep up to date with everybody. So if you're seeing this after I am no longer live, please put your comments in the questions. One of the things I love the most about going live for the Clarinet Project was asking questions of you all, learning about you all, but also answering your questions too. So welcome to the one person who is here. Thank you for coming by. And if there's any particular clarinet question that you have, please let me know in the chat. One of the ones I get a lot is how to play to high C. So I just wanted to do a quick video and show you how to do that while you're here. So first of all, we're going to assume that all of your equipment is in really good shape. So you have a good mouthpiece without any cracks in it. It's not warped or anything like that. You have a nice reed. The reed's in good shape too. No splits in the reed. You have the right strength for you. I highly recommend using a mouthpiece patch too. That gives you more stability. Can also darken up your sound too. And then the clarinet's all in great shape too. So you don't have any cracks in your instrument. Everything's working great and you don't have any leaks or anything. Okay, so all of that is in good shape. Your next step is getting up to that high C. So my reed is probably a little bit dry because I was trying to figure out how to set up. And what you want to do is have your nice firm embouchure here, chin pointed down, and you are going to start on this G over the break, and then you're going to just slur up to that C. And you want to have a nice firm embouchure in here, and it's like you have your tongue in the back making an E sound, so it's E-U, right? So you have E-U like this, and then the higher up you go, that more of that E you get. Nice support here in your lower abs so that you can push that air through on the clarinet and you can get up in there. Oh, Michael O'Brien's here. Hello, happy Thanksgiving. Mr. O'Brien, Michael O'Brien, I'm talking about getting up to that high C when you're playing and you're starting here in the G and just slurring up to that C so you can get that beautiful sound up there and that good control. So that was just a quick little live video for today. Yes, that is you. Yeah, if you have any questions while you're here, I can do a quick little video and go over them. And I figured I would do some of my greatest hits, which is how to play to high C. The other one is how to articulate faster. That is a great one because a lot of times when people are articulating, they hit the reed too hard, if they're hitting the reed at all. So that's the first thing I want you to double check, is that you're putting your tongue on the reed. So you're tasting that reed. And one of the ways I recommend doing that is just playing an open G and keep that air moving through, and then letting your tongue rest on that reed to feel that vibration. It should bounce your tongue off of the reed. Yes, I will discuss barrels right after I finish up this one. So once you get that feel for that reed vibrating and your tongue bouncing off the reed, then start saying da, 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 da. And as always, I know we all sound like broken records, all of us clarinet teachers. You want to practice slowly, and practice slowly with legato articulations. That keeps your air moving through the instrument, moving through that reed, keeping that reed vibrating, and then thinking of your tongue as just interrupting the vibration of that reed. So when you're articulating, keep the air moving, start slow, and gradually speed it up. And that's how you can get that faster articulation. Don't fall into the trap of playing a nice short staccato. That stops your reed, stops your air, and it's really hard to get a fast articulation that way. All right, so Michael O'Brien wants to talk about barrels. So the barrel, for those of you that do not know, is this part right here of your clarinet. And we have many different kinds of barrels that we can use. Most of us, we have our stock barrel. It comes with our instrument. We're done and done. But the barrels can be different sizes. So this one right here, I'll see if I can get it up there so you can see it. Yeah, so that's a 65 millimeters. And a 65 millimeter barrel is the length of that barrel. So if you are playing consistently flat and you're trying everything, you're trying, you know, a good tongue position, you're spinning your air, you're backing off on your air and you're not overblowing, you've got a good tongue position, so you have that E sound, all those things will raise your pitch, right? And your reed, if you've got just the right reed on there, if you're finding that you're playing consistently flat, you can try another barrel. So try a shorter barrel. If you're playing a 66 millimeter, move to a 65 or 64. The reverse is true. So if you're playing consistently sharp and you've worked at your, you know, you looked at your embouchure and you're not pinching and your reed's not too hard and you're not playing with too little air and backing off, right? You've done all of those things. You're consistently sharp. Try that lower barrel. So one of the things with the barrels, you don't want to go too low, like 66 millimeters, probably good. Some people will do a 67 or 68. If you have to be careful, because if you get too long in your barrel, you'll get too flat in your throat tones. So that's one of the reasons we switch out barrels for the intonation. The other one is for sound. So if you're looking for a darker sound or a brighter sound, you can try barrels. And I recommend trying a lot of different barrels to see which one works for you. Everyone is different. Some of my favorite barrels, this is a Rice Clarinet Works barrel. I like that one. I love the Bakun barrels are great. I have a Bakun barrel on my E-flat clarinet that I'm really happy with. The Meneg barrels are good. The Hadash barrels are good. So there's a lot of them out there. And once again, each one of us, we are all different. That's what's great about having all different kinds of reeds and barrels and ligatures and mouthpieces and clarinets, so that we can find what works best for us. So for barrels, if you can't get to a clarinet fest, look for a local clarinet day. A lot of universities have them. You can also try your local music shop. I don't think Music and Arts is going to have you covered in the barrel department for this, so I would check out a small local place. Around here, it's like Fox's Music and things like that. So yeah, I'll get to that question about barrels for different pieces. That's a good one. So anyway, so try out a bunch of barrels and see which one works the best for you. I know, Willie, she's live. Well, this is the first time I've seen the lights. Oh yeah, it's so nice to be live. It's been a really long time since I've done it. And I can actually turn my phone around because I don't have a stand for my phone anymore. I moved and it is like gone. So this is the current scene of where my phone is. It's kind of hilarious. I have you packed up on my kind of gross looking fish tank that I need to clean out. And so I have you delicately balanced in here. Oh no, I won't be able to get it again. So that I could go live today because my little, here we go. Because my stand is now on its way through Amazon. I've sent it that way. Oh my gosh, wait a second. Let me answer Michael's question real quick about barrels play differently on different pieces. I don't really switch barrels a lot for different pieces. For me personally, if I'm trying to get a darker sound or a brighter sound, I base it on, I kind of change my oral cavity in here. I'll change my tongue position. I will change the speed of my air or the warmth of my air. Sometimes cool air or warmer air can change the quality of the sound. If I am playing though, and this is important, Michael, if I'm playing with an ensemble or if I'm playing with a piano that is consistently sharper or flatter than I am, I will switch my barrel. So I actually have two barrels in my case. I have a 64 and a 65 because recently I've been playing with ensembles that are sharper than I am, so I have to get my pitch up. But in the past, I have actually had a 66 in my bag and a 65 millimeter barrel when I am playing with groups that are lower than me and sometimes students. So sometimes my students have a little bit lower pitch than I am. So I kind of try and meet them in the middle there, and I'll play on a 66 millimeter barrel in those instances. So usually I'll switch a barrel out for an intonation reason, but very, very rarely for a sound reason. Sound I consider my personal responsibility, so that I use with my once again, like I said, my air, my oral cavity, and just sort of listening and crafting my sound in there. Okay, we got one that I'm super excited about. 777 ARC. I was your clarinet teacher 20 years ago at Marshall. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know your name based on your YouTube name, but you don't have to say it. But I'm really excited. I just had a big birthday a couple of days ago, and my husband made this video for me. And one of the things that it was really sweet. It was like people from my past, and I was like, listen, I love my family. I love seeing their faces and hearing their messages. But my students, it's you guys. I love all of you. All of you were so important to me in my life and still are in my life. So anytime I run into a student is just a thrill for me and really special. So 777 ARC, I'm so excited to see you. I'm still, I'm not at Marshall anymore, but I'm still up in Virginia, and I'm so excited that you're playing at a community theater production of Mary Poppins. So did you play clarinet? Did you play all the reeds? Did you do saxophone too? So thank you so much for saying hello. It's so good to just see your words in here. Oh, wow. And you found me again. You found me when you were switching from going from B flat to bass. I love this so much. This makes me so happy. I'm blushing. This is my Irish right here. So you can see my face is turning flushed because I'm so excited. It's a joy. It really is. And so anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. This is B flat and saxophone. That's the classic. When I used to play in pits, when I was in New York, my fear was that I would get a real reed book and I would have to play flute and oboe and bassoon and English horn and all the other business that they'll throw in these books. And I'm always like, seriously, why? One thing to have like 5,000 different embouchures, but another thing to have to buy all these instruments. And you were like, she looks familiar. I've seen that lady. One of the things that's really interesting to me about my YouTube channel, and it relates to you, 777 ARC, is that I started making videos for my students once I got a smartphone, because I'm like, this is the greatest. It's one thing to write out an exercise on a piece of paper or to print out a piece of sheet music, right, and bring it in. It's another thing to make a recording, to say, okay, this is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. This is where you put your fingers. This is a reminder of your embouchure. So I was making videos for people and I couldn't send them to them because they were too big. And I was like, fine, I'll just put them up on YouTube and then you can just go access them from YouTube. And so that's how I started on YouTube. I just was putting videos in there for my students at Marshall. I remember sitting in either the choral room, like I was in the chorus room over there, or in when they redid it and they have all these fancy new practice rooms. But I would make these videos and then I had them on YouTube and I was like, well, I never want to monetize them. I always want to have them as a gift for people because I want to share my knowledge and help the clarinet world. And then YouTube went ahead and monetized all my videos anyway. So that's how we got where I am now, because YouTube had totally different ideas. So that's really cool. So Michael O'Brien, I hope that I was able to answer your barrel question. I know that we're always on that search for that beautiful dark sound, right? We all want to have that. And for me, the barrel is less of that quest. Obviously, I'm the first line of that quest. It has to be me. And then I would say it's the mouthpiece. I would definitely work on mouthpieces, like try and find the right mouthpiece. And I have tons of mouthpieces, right? Like that is like a never-ending story of trying to find the right mouthpiece until I finally am just like, it's me, it's me. Hey guys, it's me. I'm the problem. And so so stick with what equipment you have as long as you can. But if you're not getting the sound you want, it's worth trying it. That's kind of my long spiel about barrels. It's fun to try them. You know, those Bakun ones are really dark. They're fantastic. And then, then they'll match them with bells and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. And you can have this like really tricked out clarinet. Okay, any questions from anybody else before I log off? I thought I was just going to pop on here for like 2 minutes and just see how it's going because I haven't gone live in so long. And I used to schedule them and do all this promotion. And then I thought, oh, it's just so overwhelming. And now I don't do it. It's like the perfection becomes the enemy of the good. So here I am. And I'm here for your questions. And if, once again, like I was saying in the beginning, if you've missed me and you have questions, just put them in the chat. And I'll look at it before I do the next live video, and then I can bring up those questions there. But I think that's good. We just hit 15 minutes. That's a nice amount of time for a YouTube live. I'm not playing Minecraft, so in that case, we can probably wrap it up. Really nice to see two familiar faces. Well, two familiar faces in here. So very, very cool, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope that I can see you next Monday. I think I'm going to try and do these on Mondays. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.